What's up, second channel? So not too long ago, I made a video where I was reacting to Kendrick Perkins' hot takes, his NBA hot takes, and a lot of people like that type of content. So I decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take the time out and react to some of my YouTube brethren and some of their ridiculous hot takes. Now, the most interesting thing on YouTube is that because people are independent content creators, they can practically just say whatever they want to say, and it's very clear that many of you all don't know what you are talking about. And no, I'm not just talking about Flight, even though a lot of these clips are going to be from Flight himself.
I'm gonna be getting really disrespectful, bro. Because as an NBA, you know what I'm saying, high knowledgeable analyst and fan. Where's, look at my mouse right here. 1, 2, 3. I have never heard of these dudes before in my life. Domantas Sabonis. And then you have LeBron James at #1. Like, no, bro. This is the worst top 100 list I've ever seen in history, bro.
And oh yeah, before I forget, for the people out there who enjoy the content where Agent and I are reacting to videos, it seems like a lot of people like it. It gets a lot of views. So what we decided to do is just make our own separate channel. Make sure you click the link in the description. New channel, Playback. We will be uploading on it within the next couple of weeks itself. It's going to be a huge movement, and it's going to be a little bit different from your average typical reaction channel with a little bit more individual twists and turns when it comes to the content. So make sure you go check that out as well, and also subscribe, notification bell, all that other jazz. But let's get into these hot takes, because I'm pretty sure people are gonna be upset at me when we get done these videos.
Bro, alright, so now you know I'm not like a diehard fan of DeRozan, but I give credit for where it's due. The dude is a beast. He's an all-star. He's a casual all-star, you know what I'm saying? 82 ranking, bro. That is disrespectful as hell, bro. Sabonis, Domantas. This shouldn't be the top 100.
Yo, no cap, Flight almost got me here, because I was like, yo, Flight is right. I know, I think ESPN just straight up disrespected DeMar DeRozan and put him like below 50. I think that's ridiculous. But then he followed that up with just saying like, yo, Domantas Sabonis, who he doesn't even know who he is, he shouldn't even be in the top 100. Mind you, he sat there and said that DeMar DeRozan should be top 50 because he's a casual all-star, despite the fact that DeMar DeRozan hasn't made an all-star game in the past 2 years, yet Domantas Sabonis is literally coming off of a season where he was an all-star.
Jordan lost in the first round 3 times his first 3 years. Once his rookie year was a trash team, and then twice to the Celtics.
Yeah. So, yo, answer me this real quick. Ryan, what did LeBron do with a trash team in 2007? What did he do? Because we know before that he didn't lose any first-round series. So, what did he do when he played the best team of the decade, which was the Pistons for the East?
Ooh, Los. Ooh. You're like the king of terrible takes, because between you and Cash, you all have like a smidgen, just enough knowledge to make your way through the first like 2 or 3 sentences in a take. But then when we get to the end, when we get to the destination of the point that you're trying to make, it just crumbles apart, because then it's like you just don't know what you're talking about. It's very, 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 very clear. So first things first, let's point out the fact that it's very ironic. I find it very ironic how so many LeBron fans will sit there and tell you that, oh, don't worry, it's okay that LeBron lost in the finals, because if you look at the team that he lost to, it's one of the greatest teams of all time. But then, here's the funny part. But then, when Michael Jordan loses to, one of the greatest teams of all time and doesn't even have an all-star on his team with the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics, all of a sudden it's like, bro, MJ couldn't get out the first round, bro. He's not that good, bro. No, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. It's literally the same argument that you're making. LeBron, he took the Cavaliers to the finals, beating a dynasty. No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works, Los. Not only was it no longer the same team, head coach changed and Ben Wallace was no longer on the roster. You can easily argue that Ben Wallace was the best player on the team while the Pistons were going through their run. And if he wasn't the best player on the Pistons, he was easily the most valuable, since he was anchoring one of the best defenses in the past 30 years. But again, just the fact that, who cares, right? Michael got knocked out in the first round. Who cares what he played? I don't care to go into any context about who he played, who was on his team. None of that. But don't bring up LeBron's losses.
God, look what Lewis said. My point is LeBron doesn't have 10 scoring titles, but he played with KD, Melo, Kobe, Dwayne Wade. Jordan never played in the league or played like them. Jordan, let me tell you like this. Jordan never had as much competition as LeBron James have. Get out of here. I don't want to hear it.
You know what's so funny about that clip? Cash actually believes he made a legitimate argument. Cash believes, and he's taking a hot take from Los, which in and of itself is just mind-blowing. It's literally the blind leading the blind for a second. They both believe the reason why LeBron could not win as many scoring titles as Jordan isn't because the simple fact that Jordan is just a greater scorer, but just because LeBron played in an era where it was more difficult to win a scoring title, which is just factually incorrect. If you look at the numbers that Jordan was posting up to win scoring titles, practically in any era in NBA history, doesn't matter who he's going up against, the numbers that Jordan was posting up, 9 times out of 10, he's going to lead the league in scoring. But more importantly, you could easily argue that LeBron played in the weakest era when it comes to the standard of winning a scoring title. If you go back and you look at some of the years where Carmelo Anthony won the scoring title, Kevin Durant won the scoring title, even Russell Westbrook, the bar that was set to lead the league in scoring is literally some of the lowest in NBA history. KD and Melo were just scoring 28 points and leading the league in scoring at a point in time where the pace was higher than it was in the late 90s. So legitimately, there were no excuses at all. If you just go back and you look at some of the least amount of points that were averaged to lead the NBA in scoring, a lot of those years overlap some of the years in which LeBron played in the NBA. Not only that, if you go back and you look at the years in which Jordan is leading the league in scoring, the player who is coming in second place, the runner-up, is averaging more points than some of the players who are leading the league in scoring when LeBron was playing. The runner-ups. So please spare me. Just say, hey, Cash, just say you don't know what you're talking about. You're just biased and LeBron's your favorite player. But don't sit here and try to make it seem like, no, the comp, bro, that competition is just so tough. Kevin Durant's 28 points. Jordan couldn't do that. That 28 points KD average should lead the league in scoring. Jordan couldn't. Not only was Jordan doing that, Charles Barkley was doing that, Carmelo was doing that, Shaq was doing that. Like, there's literally plenty of other players who are doing that.
Damn.
This Paul George we're looking at right now is better than Durant ever was in OKC. This is it, Chief. This is it.
Let me tell you a secret real quick. Hey, OSN, just because you yell louder than everyone else, that doesn't mean that it's actually true, okay? I just want to let you know, just because you yell louder doesn't mean that it's true.
He's averaging 28 points a game this year. 45% from the field, 40% from 3, 83% from the line. Because that's 40 every goddamn game, bro. Every single time we come in here, this man has 38, 42, 45, 48. Game winner.
That season, Paul George was definitely balling. He was out there dropping 35 routinely, which is true. However, it's not like, I don't know, Kevin Durant has never done that. In the 2018-2019 season, Paul George had 17 games in which he was able to record 35 points or more. While KD, during the 2009-2010 season, at the age of 21 years old, only 3 years in the NBA, had 21 games where he put up 35 points or more. And that's not even his best season, because in the 2013-2014 season, he had 27 games where he put up at least 35 points. So again, if you want to try to make that argument, the very, very, very last thing you should point out is scoring and efficiency. Because in those regards, it's not even debatable. I don't know why you even brought that up. Kevin Durant clearly is a more prolific scorer than Paul George has ever been at any point in his life. That's not debatable. I don't know why you brought that up. It's not debatable.
Oh my gosh, bro. This dude has no knowledge whatsoever, bro. So let me get this straight. You didn't put Iverson Anywhere in the top 10, you put Tim Duncan, Larry Bird. You put those two in front of Iverson, bro. Tim Duncan needs to be where Iverson is at. It's 38, bro. Either that or Larry Bird.
What the fuck? What the fuck? No, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Nah, there's no way. There's no way someone is going to sit there and argue that a player who won more MVPs, more championships, made more all-defensive teams, was just a more impactful player, a more greater player, played in the same era as he did, is somehow not only supposed to be better than him, but is also supposed to be ranked in like the 30s or 40s around players like Steve Nash and John Stockton. There's no way you're going to make an argument that's where Tim Duncan belongs.
But at the exact same time, you know, don't try to just throw them niggas like Jason Terry's underneath the rug, man. It was top. He was a marksman that year. He was top 5 in the league, field goal percentage, 3-point line. Jason Terry, how much was Jason Terry averaging that year? Right there, y'all. All right, stop trying to make it look like this nigga right here was averaging 12 points. My nigga was in the 20s.
I don't know, like, where do people come up with this? It's very funny to me, though, how someone like Cash is trying his hardest to try to, like, justify what happened in 2011 by bigging up Jason Terry, but just, like, fact check them. At first, I was like, man, did Jason Terry average 20 points that year?
Nope.
Then I thought maybe he meant Jason Terry averaged 20 points during the playoffs.
Nope.
Then I was like, okay, maybe he's talking about Jason Terry averaging 20 points in the finals, like in the series. Also, Jason Terry was not top 5 in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage. And what's even more funny is that Jason Terry during the regular season was actually much closer to a 12-point scorer than he was to a 20-point scorer. So you're just making things up.
Russell drives 40, carries Harden. Literally carries Harden to another W. This is the second time Russell carried Harden this week. So yeah, like I said, clearly better than Chris Paul. What the hell? Clearly a better fit than Chris Paul. People, anybody who thought it was going to be worse, you sound stupid, because Chris Paul could never do that. He could never do that. He could never do what Russell did a few games ago.
So I'm going to ignore the fact that hindsight now tells us that Russell Westbrook clearly was not a better fit than Chris Paul alongside James Harden, even though, I mean, anybody with a brain who knows anything about basketball could clearly have told you that. But arguing that, Chris Paul could never put up 40 points alongside James Harden and carry him, that's just factually incorrect. Like, you just don't know, again, what you're talking about. What's even funnier is that Chris Paul did that while trying to make it to the third round while playing alongside James Harden against the same Utah Jazz team that knocked out Russell Westbrook back in like 2017 or 2018. Same Utah Jazz team that knocked out Russell Westbrook when he got outplayed by rookie and Donovan Mitchell and Ricky Rubio at the 2 guard positions that year. In the closeout game in the playoff series, Game 5, James Harden put up an astounding 18 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 turnovers, while shooting below 32% from the field and 14% from 3. You know what Chris Paul put up? 41 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, while shooting 59% from the field, something Westbrook dreams he could do. 80% from 3, something that Westbrook probably has never done a day in his life, especially while attempting 10 three-pointers, shot 87.5% from the free throw line, and turned the ball over 0 times. Something I know for a fact Westbrook could never in his life. That's something Westbrook literally couldn't do. Westbrook could never have a game where he put up 40 points, 10 assists, shot that well from the field, and record 0 turnovers. That's literally something Westbrook couldn't do, while Chris Paul did it and led James Harden and the Houston Rockets to the 3rd round, the conference finals, something that also Westbrook cannot do.
Bro, are you bro, Magic Johnson, bro? First of all, Magic Johnson didn't even finish his career, bro. He had to retire early. You know what I'm saying? You're going based off of predictions on what he didn't perform. I know why you're putting him there, because you're assuming that he was going to perform on a crazy level if he didn't retire early. No, that's not fair. You can't do that. Magic Johnson needs to be where Harden is at, or Isaiah Thomas said. Let's be 1,000%.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody say. To even utter your mouth to claim that Magic Johnson deserves to be where Isaiah Thomas is at all time, or James Harden, the level of disrespect, it's literally giving me a headache right now. It's ridiculous. Magic Johnson didn't accomplish that much, and the only reason why people put him that high is because they're projecting what he would have done if he would have continued to play. No, Flight. No, we don't have to project. We don't have to project. It's actually done. Like, it's something he actually did. There's nothing to project. 12-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA performer, won a championship 5 times, 3 Finals MVPs, 3 league MVPs, led the league in assists 4 times, and led the league in steals twice. There's nothing to project there. That's what he actually accomplished. Oh man, that's frustrating. Especially when I go on Twitter and I swear people think that people like me, B-Souls, and Dom2K are somehow associated with these people. Like, they just throw these people like Los and OSN, Cash, and oh god, Flight. They throw us all in this conglomerate of NBA YouTubers when these people are like the definition of casuals. They play 2K, they watch highlights, they sit there and they watch First Take or Undisputed, and then they go on stream or they go on videos and they make these opinions based off of very little knowledge of the history of the sport. Like, and all of a sudden we're all just grouped into this NBA. Like, no, they're not NBA YouTubers. They're casuals, okay? They're casuals. But with that being said, people, please let me know what you think about the video in the comment section below. Again, make sure you click the link in the description to the Playback channel, especially if you enjoyed that type of content. Also, hit the subscribe button to this channel as well. As you clearly see, I'm uploading more often on this channel, so keep up. And also, if you're into NBA content a little bit more deep and more substance than this video right here, I have an NBA channel as well. All of those links will be in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you next time.